Hello everybody, welcome back to the Wisconsin Greg Show. I just thought I'd take a little walk today around the neighborhood, and I figured if you wanted to come with me, I'd take you along. It's a very beautiful day out here today. You can see the sky behind me. It's nice and blue and clear. So I'm going to turn this camera around. If you want to come along and see what it's like around where I live here. I'm not sure how far I'll go, but I'm getting kind of old. I'm a little bit out of shape, but I still like to walk a lot. So turn this around, and if you want to come along, I appreciate if you come along with me. So this is the cornfield just north of my house. It's doing very well. I showed you that the other day. Um, this is a cornfield across the street from me. This is my neighbor's. He planted it a little bit later than mine. His is a little shorter. It's coming along pretty good though. I got some new neighbors up here on the left. I haven't met them yet. Um, they've been doing lots and lots of remodeling. Uh, the house that they're remodeling used to be my grandparents' house years ago, or not really that. I guess it was quite a few years ago. Then my cousin lived in there after that. And then they sold it, and I haven't met the new people yet, but they sure have done a lot of work to it. I'll show you that when we come up here. They added on a section to the house that's almost as big as the house itself. Um, and they stripped everything right down to the studs. I took the siding off and stripped all the plaster off the inside and redid the drywall, and they've been working. And so hopefully I can meet the new neighbors one of these days. Um, and the other neighbors they got a bunch of trees planted back here, evergreens. Look, I think they're fruit trees, apple trees probably, right in that strip there that's kind of light green. So lots of stuff going around on in my neighborhood. This is the house that used to be my grandparents, and they redid everything, roof and windows and everything. I would like to see the inside of that someday. And there was all kinds of trees around there that they had to tear down. It was just all overgrown, and they've been doing lots and lots of work, making it look a lot better. It's gonna be nice when they get her all done. Put up a flagpole and put a new roof on the barn. Changed the whole way the whole driveway was. It was totally different before. Pretty nice. They put in a wood burning stove back here behind the barn. One of those outside ones. This area here during the last storm we had a whole pile of branches and trees that went down here. Made a big mess in the road. They had to come by with a snowplow, push the trees off the road. I live kind of out in the boonies out here. This farm here used to be my grandparents' also. This one needs quite a bit of work. My cousin owns this now. I have another cousin that lives down there. I'm kind of surrounded by cousins. On the south side of my farm, I have another cousin from the other side of the family that lives down there. It's a beautiful day here. I don't know what temperature it is, but I would guess it's around, I don't know, late high 70s or in the 80s, somewhere in the 80s degree Fahrenheit range. No wind, beautiful. I hear birds singing all over the place. Figured some of you from other countries or even from other parts of the United States might be interested to see what it's like around here where I live. There's a hayfield. It's owned by my cousin also. She also owns this one over here. This is a cornfield, much right up next to my farm. Lots of wildflowers in the ditch blooming, very pretty. Not a real flower expert, but I think these are lilies of some sort. Another tree that broke off from the windstorm down there. And some more wind damage. Broken tree in there. Not very much traffic around here. That's a good thing. As soon as I say that, here comes the traffic. Isn't that something? Say there's no traffic and then all of a sudden here they come. This house here is another place where my cousin's daughter lives. Well, I guess she'd be a cousin also. There's the donkey. The cow up here. That woods back there, way in the back there, that's mine. Try to get a better view of that when I get past these trees here. Right back there, those woods back there, those are mine. Right down in there is where I have a pond. I've had a video on that where I walked back to my pond before. You might have seen that in the past. This is just looking from the road that's on the north side of that pond. I'm going to walk down here to the bridge and see what's going on. This is Turtle Creek up ahead here. It's been very, very high, the creek has been this year because of all the rain we've had. The whole area back in there used to be what they called the sod farm, where they used to grow potatoes and mint and sweet corn and stuff years ago, and it used to be all tiled, so all the water would drain. They'd pump it out into the creek so they could grow crops, otherwise it was too wet and damp and muddy in there. Then can't remember, I think the state owns it or something, and now it's like, I believe it's like 2,000 acres back in there, and you can go walk through there. I've walked through some of it. They put this in effect because whenever they take areas out for building roads in other parts of the state, they have to replace it with like marsh ground or wildlife area, and that's what this is. So it's kind of protected. They do allow goose hunting back there, I believe. I'm not a goose hunter, but I have seen lots of trucks here during goose season, and in the morning you can hear all kinds of gunshots. I'm not sure if they allow deer hunting or not back there. I don't know all the rules. They probably do, I'm not sure. White-tailed deer hunting is a big thing around this area. I used to go a lot when I was younger. When I was very young. But then I ended up farming, and it seems like farming harvest time was always when deer season was, and just never had the time to do it. And then there was a disease that came in Wisconsin to the deer they called chronic wasting disease, and after that I just kind of got out of it. I didn't want to be eating no deer that had no disease, but I guess they tested them and everything, so that just kind of turned me off of the deer hunting in this area. This is Turtle Creek. I want to go on my canoe one of these days all the way down here to Delavan. It's about a 4-mile trip probably with the canoe, and you get some very good video back here, some backcountry that's not seen. Hopefully you can get some wildlife. It's a nice little place. I've only went down it once, and that was like way back when I was in high school. I think my mom came with me back then, I can't remember. Once this creek was so froze, we had like 20 below zero one winter for a long period of time, and we went down the creek, I think my brother came with me with a snowmobile. I don't know if he remembers that. And there's a sportsman's club down further, I don't know, about 1.5 miles, 2 miles from here. It goes behind the sportsman's club, and you can hear, we heard all this noise. We thought the ice was cracking. We hurried up and pulled off, and it was just the sportsman's club and people shooting. It sounded like the ice was cracking. We didn't know what was going on. It kind of scared us a little bit. This little stream or little outlet right here runs all the way down and along and goes all the way back to where my pond is. This is where my pond drains out into this creek. So I'm gonna head back the way I came to the intersection where I turned right, and so I'm gonna put this on pause until I get back all the way back up over that hill into that intersection. I won't bore you with walking over the same area twice. And when I get there, then I'll go the opposite direction for a little ways and let you see that side of to the west of me. So I'm going to put you on pause here for a second. I'll be right back with you in just a second. Okay, I'm back here at this intersection. I was going to go down this way, but then after thinking about it, there's not really a whole lot down that way to see. So I decided I'm going to go back and go past my house, and then once I get past my house, I'll start it up again and we'll head south. So I'm going to put you on pause here for a second again. Okay, I'm back with you again. I'm heading just south of my house now. Before I was north and then I went east. Now I'm heading south. Oh, it's really, really humid out here today. Kind of hard to breathe out here. Hot and sweaty. This is my cornfield here. This fence line here is what I want to get cleared out if I ever get a chance. I keep saying that. Get her done one of these days. Keep the trees from growing. I want to clear the fence line out so I can mow it with a bush hog and keep the trees from growing. Cut the trees down and they grow back within 1 or 2 years. That way back behind the woods is my soybean field. Got some volunteer corn growing in there on some weeds. But I see some tracks out there, so it looks like they just sprayed it the last day or two. So that should be dying. I got a couple of organic farms here, right across the road from me here. And then there's another one down here. The one right across from me, they're selling it because he's got health problems and it's just getting too much for him to handle. So I'm going to have some new neighbors. So hopefully that is good, because the neighbors I had were excellent. Hopefully the new neighbors are just as good. If any of you remember when I went camping in the woods, this is the woods right here. Can't remember how big this woods is here. I have 2 woods. I think between both of them, they got 28, 29 acres of woods. I don't remember. This one's probably 5 or 6 acres right here. Here's some more trees laying down from when we had a storm a week or so ago, maybe 2 weeks, I don't remember exactly. I haven't got that cleaned up yet. This is the other place that's an organic farm. I'll show you their fields up here further up. Grow all vegetables and stuff, and organic pigs, and I'm not sure if they have beef or not. They got fruit trees growing here, and they had some pigs out here. I don't know where the pigs are right now. They had babies out here. I was hoping we could see them today, but it doesn't look like they're in there. This over here is my cousin's farm from my dad's side of the family. They got a lot of stuff here, all kinds of vegetables. I think they had a hard time keeping the weeds out because of all the rain and mosquitoes we had this year. But they're still getting, it looks like, quite a bit of stuff out there. Not sure if you can see it. I'm pretty sure this is wheat here. It's already starting to turn. It won't be long, they'll be harvesting that. Not sure if you can see way back there, there's a tower. Right there, that tower, that's where I get my internet service from. At home, my Wi-Fi. It's called Broadband, works excellent. Best internet I've ever had. This is another farmer near me, soybean field. You can see the weeds turning kind of a light green color, so they're starting to die off out there. Not a whole lot more to see unless I go for a long walk, and it's too hot for that today. So I'm going to end this video. Let me turn this camera around. So I want to thank all of you for coming for a walk with me. Some of you might find it interesting to see what the area is like around here where I live. So I'm going to let y'all go. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, hit subscribe. It doesn't cost a penny. All it does is get you notifications when I put out a new video. Just make sure you ring the bell so you get the notifications. So I'm going to let y'all go. Have a wonderful day today.